just around the bend. Holiday couldn't be here sooner.
Hello, shiny happy people. Welcome to Kimbaskrafts. My name is Kim, and if you're new here, hello, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back, guys. So we are here for what day is it? Oh my goodness, day 8. So for day 8, I plotted all the pages out and I gave myself 4 days to put the canvas together with you guys, in case there's like some trial and error. And I had to plan out for this whole page to get done on day 8. So I'm going to use some release paper to kind of section this off a little bit, and to actually, I think, as you can tell, I already prepared the entire sheet with the double-sided adhesive, the glue, and the border of washi tape. So this is page 3. And I looked at the pages, and the ones that I felt like had a little more color blocking to them than others, I chose as my kind of, what do you want to call it? I chose as my full pages. I only have 2 pages that I have to do in one video, 2 whole pages. So this is one of them, and the first color is going to be this blue here. So I'm just going to get started. I hope everybody's been having a good December. Today is, what did I say, December 8th. Okay, so we went through a whole week of December at this point. I have not even started holiday or Christmas shopping yet. But in 2 days, well, the 9th and the 10th I work, and then I'll have the whole week off. So remember, I'm recording this in advance, so that's the anticipation of my week, that I should have the rest of this week off, and hopefully by the time I release this, you know, I'm pretty far ahead. You hear my pug. If you're new to my channel, that's my pug, and she snorts and makes all kinds of noises, snores. So she just got settled in her bed. But yeah, so it's hard to keep you up to date on my daily events, because by the time you see this, you know, I don't know how many days ago it happens. So that's kind of hard. So I will tell you that I did work last night, and I slept really, really well. I wanted to tell you guys about my son's graduation, because I'm so proud of him. So he graduated from the program, and he won 4 awards at his graduation ceremony. I'm just like, he wasn't even expecting all of that. And then they asked him to speak, and they asked him the day before, so I had no idea. He did not tell me that he was speaking, and he did so well. He didn't look nervous at all. He really commanded the room. But I am just so, I was crying, guys. I was crying. He just did so well. And proud mama moment. And, you know, I'll put some pictures here of him and my mom. My mom, you could see how happy she was. Because, and he, now that he's older, he totally understands, because we went out to lunch after, and you know, my mom says to him, now I don't need to worry about you anymore. And she's like, I worried about you a lot. And he, you know, at the time when she worried about him, he would tell me, like, tell everyone to stop worrying about me and stuff, because he just didn't get it, you know. But now he says, you know, he totally understands why we were worried, and, you know, he appreciates it and stuff. So it's you know, kids, when they get older and they understand why adults and parents do the things that they do, and they understand that it's, you know, solely out of love and just wanting the best, and, you know, wanting your kids to be happy. The things that they didn't appreciate at the time, they learn to appreciate. You know, you always wait for those days to happen. And yeah, it's really, I don't know why. I think Soju licks her paws because she has arthritis. That's my guess. Oh, you know what? I forgot to tape this down. Let me tape this down, because that really does help it from shifting around as I'm diamond painting, and keeping it from, like, migrating up so it doesn't move in the video. So yeah, you know, as mothers, you always hope and pray that the day will come that your kids look at you and say, you know, I appreciate all you did, and I understand why you did what you did, and, you know, and they're grateful for it. It doesn't always happen, and you can't hold your breath, but if it does, I can tell you now from experience that it's such a relief, because, you know, I guess like, you look at your parents as a child and you think that they, you know what they're doing, or do what they're doing on purpose, like have it all planned out and blah, blah, blah. But in the end, you know, you're just praying that you're making as little mistakes as possible. I mean, at least this is how I felt, like, and that, you know, they know that I love them and stuff. And there wasn't a whole lot of confidence. You know, you're always worried. I was always worried that I was making, you know, bad decisions, poor choices. Like, is this the best for my child? I hope so. You know, so if you get that moment of, you know, I couldn't have done this without you, or, you know, this was possible because of such and such and stuff like that. And, you know, just makes all the worrying worth it, because there was a lot of worrying. So yeah, so he has, you know, his full-time job, and he got hired like day one of his internship. After the graduation ceremony, he went up and introduced me to a bunch of the faculty, and they were just like, great job, Mom, great job. He's awesome. Like, we just adore him, and he's such a great person. And they were like, she's so helpful. And the one lady was like, you know, we miss him so much. He just helped us out so much. And we would get like odd jobs and we like, oh, Quentin will help us. And she said, and that happened yesterday. I was like, oh, go get Quentin. And then we remembered he wasn't here anymore. And, you know, she's like, I'm just so sad to lose him. So, yeah, I mean, to say that I was having like serious proud mom moments, that's an understatement, you know. Just so excited for him. And, you know, then we all did a toast for him at the lunch. The kids don't get me and their dad together very often. So, it was everybody. It was, you know, me and Bob and their father and their stepmom. And so you know, my mom and my stepdad. And honestly, it was really nice. And and my daughter and her boyfriend and his girlfriend, and then her parents ended up coming. The mom her mom had to work, so they got there a little later, but you know, we never met them before, so that was awesome. Very nice couple. And it was just, you know, we were all there to celebrate him and to congratulate him. And he, you know, and we all went around the room and said a couple words. And of course it got to me. And guys, I'm so emotional. Like I said, I started with, I can't remember if I started with, I'm so proud of you or I love you so much, but whatever it was, I started crying. And he was like, that's all. And that's all you need to say, Mom. He's like, you could stop right there. And he starts laughing. But I did go on and I said to him, you know, I always knew you had greatness in you. And now, you know, I'm so happy that you know it too. And I always believed that. I always believed that about him. I believe that about my daughter too. She is a special, special lady. And, you know, one of my proudest mom things is that I can say, you know, she and I were always close. You know, always close. And she trusted to tell me things. And, you know, I'm sure not everything, but, you know, we were always close. And she always valued what I had to say. And, you know, that's a huge, because I know like mother and daughter's relationships are very tough. And she used to say to me all the time, because a lot of her friends didn't like their moms, and she used to say to me all the time, I can't imagine not liking my mom. Like, she felt sorry for them, you know. They didn't have a relationship with their mom like we had, and we still have. But, you know, when she was younger, we were always, you know, even through her teens and, you know, the hormonal stages and all that, I can wholeheartedly say that we were always very, very close. And I just adore her. So, yeah, I'm very proud. I'm very proud of my kids. But it was awesome. And they were saying how ambitious he is, how helpful he is. And I was telling him, I was like, there's a Netflix special with Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's about him, and he, you know, he's in it a lot, and he tells his whole story about how, and I mean, I know people don't like him. He cheated on Maria Shriver and had a secret love child and or whatever. I mean, if you can look past that, it's he's really a fascinating guy in his drive, you know, and his goal setting and his ability to have such a laser sharp focus on achieving the goals that he set for himself, you know. And I said this before because I read his biography, and it's one of my favorite books. And he didn't say one of the most, what I felt like was one of the most profound things he said in the book on this Netflix special, but he said something else that I thought was very cool. And he said that, and I'll be honest with you, I can't remember who in his life told him this, but the person said to him, I feel like it was his father, but I'm not 100% sure. They said to him, whatever you do in life, make sure you're useful, be useful. And I thought, that's a great mantra, you know, if you can think to yourself, well, is this being useful? But I do find him to be a fascinating guy. And there's a part in it, like, I don't want to do like a bunch of spoilers here, but there's a part in it, and he talked about this also in his book about when his dad died. And in his book, he talks about how he didn't go home for the funeral because he had a huge bodybuilding competition that he had been preparing for. And he basically was like, you know, what would have been the point of missing the competition, you know, when his dad was already dead. And then there was also a part where he says, you know, he didn't really feel much at the time when his, you know, at the loss. And I can 100% understand why people would think, wow, you know, he's heartless. But I was telling Bob, I'm like, you know, like, how do I want to say this? It was that attitude, that ability to not let anything, emotions and things like that, it was those reasons that he became as successful as he did. And I mean it because, and the reason why I think this, you know, is because, and I said to Bob, like, think about all the people who you hear, like you hear stories about people who say, oh, you know, I could have gone to this audition, but then so-and-so died and I had to go help my mom, or, you know, and I stayed there. I moved back home and I helped my mom and and like, they didn't achieve the goals that they were looking to achieve because they put others first. Now, I understand, you know, I mean, that's how I would have done it. But I'm saying, listen, he is who he is because of the choices he made, you know, and he was willing to sacrifice, you know, those, what we feel are, I guess, ethical things, or, you know, to achieve what he's achieved. And, you know, now his children and his family, and they will benefit for the rest of their lives from it. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. It's just very interesting. I watched it because I can't do much of anything but diamond paint right now to get this done. and make sure my videos are up on time. And I'm not complaining because, you know, I love to diamond paint. But I had it on while I was diamond painting, and so I couldn't watch a lot of it. So I'm going to definitely watch it again because, you know, part of a show is actually seeing, like, they show competitions and all that. So I'm definitely going to watch it again, but, you know, I took away from the auditory part of the show. And, yeah, I'm kind of trying to find something that I find as interesting as that. I hope they do a David Goggins one. I think that would be cool. If Netflix did a David Goggins special. I thought about watching the Michael Jordan one. Bob has watched that like 3 times. He thinks Michael Jordan's like amazing. His mindset and his drive and his focus and all that. I go in there, he's like, he's watched it, I want to say 3 or 4 times. I'm like, you're watching this again? He really, really likes it. Oops. Oops. Don't want to mix these up. So, yeah. Very interesting stuff. But so we were walking out of my son's graduation, and I was telling him, yeah, I just watched the Arnold thing, and he said something. Because the teachers were just telling me how helpful he was. And I said that to him. I was like, he said, whatever you do in life, be useful. And he's like, yeah. It's almost like he's like living by that. It's so cool. So I wanted to share that with you. And then I have off for the weekend. And yeah, then starting next week, I am finally, all this talk about this new position, finally going to start this new position. Very excited about that. And I wanted to tell you guys a story. I was thinking, after talking about my childhood friend, this story always comes up. My brother always has to remind me about this story. So one year, it's summertime, okay? I have to give you the setting. It's summertime, and we were running around barefoot all the time. Like, you know, this is back in the day when, you know, when we were kids. So you know what we did. We played outside, right? We constantly played outside. And we climbed trees, and we did all the good things that kids do. And so Josh and I were always running around barefoot. And my mom used to yell at me because I'd come in the house and my feet would be so dirty. She's like, look at your feet. Ah. So one day, Josh comes up and he starts telling me about, he learned about hookworms. And he tells me, now, I don't know who told him this. Probably one of the, like, older kids that were trying to, like, freak him out. And he's telling me how they have hooks on them and they live in the dirt. And they could hook onto our skin and then crawl into our skin and lay eggs and stuff. And we're standing outside and we're barefoot, right? We're like, and I was like freaking out. And like, we're like jumping up and down, and I'm like, no, they can't get me. Like, you know how kids do. And we were like, I was like, so we got to wear shoes. So like we go onto the concrete so we can't get eaten by the hookworms. Now, mind you, we've been running around barefoot for I don't know how many weeks now. And so we're sitting there, we're trying to figure out how can we stay barefoot but not get eaten by these hookworms. So I don't want to take credit for this idea. I can't remember who came up with this idea, but one of us came up with the bright idea of putting sandwich bags. I don't want to call them Ziploc bags because I don't even think we had Ziploc bags back then. Just like putting plastic sandwich bags on our feet. And then I think we got like 2 rubber bands and like wrap the rubber bands around our ankles to hold the sandwich. So then we were running around the neighborhood with these sandwich bags on our feet. And my brother saw us and he's like, what the heck are you guys doing? And we start telling him about the hookworms. And I mean, they were dying. I can't remember who he was with, but they were dying. And we're like, well, you laugh now, but wait until you get hookworms in your feet. And they were like, why don't you just put shoes on? And we're like, no. Oh my God, because that would make too much sense. And so now every time, I mean, like I said, we haven't gotten together in years, but my brother will even bring it up. He's like, remember when you and Josh were running that summer, you guys were running around in sandwich bags on your feet? I'm like, yes, thanks for reminding me. Oh my God, one of the stupid things as a child that will haunt me for the rest of my life. And now you guys all know about it. Oh my God. I was just thinking about that. We had so much fun. All right, guys, I am going to go ahead and finish the first half of this page, which is, it's going to be a lot. Okay. I might do something where, you know, I cut some of it out and, you know, and then show you parts of it and stuff of me diamond painting this half of the page. Because it's actually, this isn't even up to the half. It's at least it's probably 2 more squares to be half a page. So, you know, when I'm done this section, then I got to do this section, then I got to do this section. So, yeah, I just didn't want to give myself too much to look at because that was getting hard. I'd rather just section it off more. Then after we're done the first top half, we'll go ahead and, you know, spin the wheel and see if we can get another letter. And I did decide that if we land on buy a vowel, we have to buy the vowel with a body part of the snowman. So, yeah, I think that'll be fun. And then we'll go ahead and finish the other half, and then we'll have our third page for this canvas. And I've been thinking a lot about how she put it together. Because, so I gave myself a good, I think, how many days? 4 days. 4 days to put this whole thing together. You know, and also remember, putting it together involves diamond painting in between each page. So, which is also why I needed 4 days, because, you know, it's a lot of pages, and it's essentially 1 square because it's 5 on each side. A border all around every single page. So I wanted to make sure I gave myself plenty of time to diamond paint and put this thing together, and maybe have some trial and error. So, because we never got the full instructions, and I'm just, you know, going to do it the way I imagined it, which is possibly wrong. So you just got to go with it, you know, try something. So I love these two colors together though. I really do. This like light blue and this light purple. So pretty. Such a pretty sky. All right, guys. Gonna go ahead and turn on the music for you. See you in a little bit.
It's Christmas Eve, and I've still got nothing for you. I'm out on a last minute spree, hoping to find that something that makes you see that I love you.
I've been out running all day, nothing catches my eye. What do you get for someone who has it all? I've been to every corner of this godforsaken mall. What in the world would be that something that made you see that I love you?
All I've got to give for Christmas is this, a Christmas kiss. Close your eyes and pucker your lips, 'cause here it is, your Christmas kiss. Your Christmas
It's something no one else is getting.
It's something you won't be soon forgetting. It's something we can share and take with us anywhere. All I've got to give for Christmas is this, a Christmas kiss. So close your eyes and pucker your lips, 'cause here it close your eyes and pucker your lips, 'cause here it is, your Christmas kiss, your Christmas Christmas kiss.
All right, so there is the first half of this page, and you can see there was a decent amount of color blocking. There wasn't a whole lot of color changes until I came down to this square, which is why I chose this page to do in one day. And so I'm going to go ahead and pull out the computer and bring all the stuff out, and we'll go ahead and spin the wheel, and then I'll finish the rest of this page. Let me just turn this light off so you can see what it's looking like. Oh, it's so pretty. It's snowing. I love it. I love it. Now, one thing about this is like, it's hard to see where I could put ABs because it's in black and white. So I'm not quite sure like what, you know, it's hard to look at the symbols and say, yeah, I'm going to change this because that's the snow. Like, I have no idea when I'm looking at the black and white. So yeah, we could have done ABs for the snow, but it's okay. It's going to be beautiful. And let me get us set up for the snowman part. Hold on. We're going to start. K. Okay. Is there a K? Nope. No K. Oh no, Mr. Snowman. We're building you today. Okay, I'll be right back. I gotta clear off some space here, and we'll go ahead and add the second part to Mr. Snowman. Be right back. All right, guys, so here's the middle of his body, and again, I shaved off, I was breasting it on the trash can. He's got a little bump. I shaved off a little more of the bottom than I did of the top, so that it'll kind of rest. There's his body. It's a little bit smaller than the bottom, I think. I hope you can tell that. Not like significantly, but I wonder, yeah, that's good. So I had this heating up while I was all right, let's see if we can get this on decent. There we go. 2 parts to the snowman. That string. All right. And let me see here. What did I want to do? I can't remember now. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. And while I have this, these little pom-poms keep falling off, so I'm just gonna glue these little guys on. I use double-sided tape, just a little piece of double-sided tape, and I keep finding them all over the floor. I lost one. That guy's up there. Get off of me. But I'll just go ahead and real quick glue these guys on. wonder if I have, oops, sorry, a spare one. This was supposed to, this was like a little at the front of the Target where you can get the cheap stuff. And they had a little gingerbread garland set. So that's why there's holes on them. So you can make it a garland. But I just came up with the idea of decorating this board with it. All right, let me see if I can find a spare pom-pom for that guy because he feels left out. He doesn't feel fully dressed. He's exposed. He's exposed. Got some. Okay. Sorry, Poochie. There you go. Oh, better. All right, gonna go ahead and finish up this page. I hope you guys enjoy the music.
Drive alone in December rain. They play my favorite song. I see a snowflake melt on the deck. I'm awful cold and longing for the holiday. Counting days until you're here. I've been waiting this whole year. Dear Christmas, Christmas, Christmas night. I know you may suffer light, but together we're alright. You know we're ready for Christmas. Can't wait to head back home. When the sleigh bells call, I hit the road. Baby, let it snow. We're ready for Christmas. Why you so far yet close? I think I hear them call. So baby, let it snow. Deck the house. That's when the snow starts falling. I pick all the presents up for you. Decorate the fireplace for two. I keep waiting all night, all night. Wish upon a starlight, starlight. I sleep under the mistletoe. Wake me up with a kiss on my nose. It feels so magical, yeah, look, when we were small. Someone's been here and there. The stockings were all. Christmas, Christmas, Christmas night. I know you may suffer light, but together we're alright. You know we're ready for Christmas. Can't wait to head back home. When the sleigh bells call, I hit the road. Baby, let it snow. We're ready for Christmas. Why you so far yet close? I think I hear them call. So baby, let it snow. We're ready for Christmas. Can't wait to head back home. When the sleigh bells call, I hit the road. Baby, let it snow. We're ready for Christmas. Why you so far yet close? I think I hear them call. So baby, let it snow.
Woohoo, we are finally done. That took forever. And here is page 3. I'm going to take it off the board here so we can have a look-see. It's beautiful, I think. And again, I'll show you guys close up how the grid is looking. So of course this was all pretty quick, and then down here it was all pretty pretty long. I was gonna say miserable, but it wasn't miserable. It was diamond painting, so those two words don't go together. But okay, that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back with another page. And I had a request to show you guys how to build a page without all my oopsies. And I thought about doing that, but yeah, so I'll go ahead and definitely will film that one of these days, maybe the next episode, I'm not sure. But I will show you the process. Like in the beginning, I'll show you how I print it. And then it's honestly, it just sounds a lot harder than it actually ends up being. But it's, you know, when you, if you decide to do this, you might run into some kinks and you have to just be able to troubleshoot them. Like, you know, well, we'll talk about it, but yeah. So that is page 3, and I'm going to go ahead and start page 4 for you guys for tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up on the way out. And if you want to see more from me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and join the family and friends here at Kimbaskrafts. I would love to have you. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Take care. Keep diamond painting.